I actually recorded a lot longer intro to this, but it was like almost 10 minutes long, so I'm just going to keep it short and sweet. This is my 1979 Sun-Kissed Tiger. I bought it in 2019. I was 19 years old and then COVID happened, so it took me a while to get it going. It has a 460 big block forward. It bolted right up. It had the correct mounts and everything. I did consider when I first got it doing some more of a modern engine swap, but that was out of the realm of my capabilities. It was my first big mechanical project. While I was doing this, I was actually starting my mechanic apprentice, automotive mechanic, so there was that going on. So I finished it in November of 2022. I say finished it, but I had it functional in 2022, November. So that was the last like warm day I could take it out. This is all the footage you're seeing, and then on the previous video of jet boat test run that I did, that's all from that time. I took it out a few more times in 2023, but unfortunately we had a little bit of a problem with the oil pressure. There isn't really a rev limiter on carb distributor engines, so I kind of just got a little too rev happy, and suddenly my oil pressure is below 1 psi. So anyways, after that I started toying around with the idea of putting a more modern engine in. If I'd be lying if I said I didn't want to do this from the start, but budget and everything wise, it was not happening in 2019 or 2020 to 2021 is when I kind of did most of the work on it. Anyways, the engine of choice had to be overhead cam, had to be fuel injected, had to have a coil and plug spark or electronic spark controlled by ECU. And those are my options. I wanted something that was modern compared to a 460 big block, something different that no one had really put in a boat before. So I went through my options of there's plenty of LS swap boats, a few Cummins swap boats. I don't know, there's a handful of modular like Coyotes or 4.6s in boats, but not very many that I could find. And there's one Triton V10 boat that I found on YouTube. It's from like 10 years ago. I'll link it in the description. The videos, but the guy put a carb on it. Why would you ever put a carb on a V10 like that? So anyways, I was looking at, there's BMW V10s, BMW V12s. You got the Toyota V12. There's guys in New Zealand, Australia that have the Toyota V8s. Those are a pretty popular swap. They have a slightly different jet drive in those boats, from what I recall. But there's that. What else? There's a handful of interesting swaps out there for boats. But I settled on the V10 because of cost. I picked up this whole truck you're about to see us take apart for around $2,000, and then I sold the shell and whatnot, and I came up with the entire wiring harness and computers and the engine for around $1,100 after I subtract the scrap and other parts I sold off the truck. So very, very cheap to get into these engines. This one had 200,000 kilometers on it. I actually drove it back to my place from where I bought it. And the overdrive wasn't working on the truck, so it was sitting at like 3,000 RPM all the way home, so I know this is a good engine. They do have problems with the spark plugs. I think really early ones, they would blow the spark plugs actually out of the head. This one, just due to the kilometers, I'm hoping that the spark plugs have already been done. If not, I'll do them. It's pretty easy once the engine's in a boat and not in an engine bay. But yeah, what you're about to see is just the start of this project. My dad and I ripping out the drivetrain of the truck. This is December of 2023, the last warmish day, and we needed that truck out of the driveway, so we went and ripped up the engine out of it. So I chopped it up a lot, but first episode is going to be that in December, and then when ski season and snowboard season was over, I started actually getting serious about doing this build and started recording some more stuff. So what you're going to see is us just tear apart the engine to get it out of the truck, and then I'll recap everything else from there. It is December 2nd or 3rd, I think. Boat is put away. Okay, the boat's put away from the winter temporarily. I have Brangus out. And we're gonna boost up the V10 and pull the V10 out while it's still like, while the ground is still not frozen. It's a little chilly, but I think it's above 0 still. Oh God. So let's get her done. I gotta get this thing started.
What's the plan? Like bring it in and
pull the end of it.
just start pulling stuff apart? Yeah. Okay. See if it starts. It's probably gonna be dead.
I'll look for a booster.
Yep.
Not bad though. I don't know how much I'll use.
Okay.
Well,
Do you want me to talk or not?
no, it doesn't matter. I cut half of it out anyway, so. But
I'll make here.
so, I'll have to take some stuff out of the inside too. That's good that we got it all inside now. So, stuff that I need to keep is minimal. It's basically just all the electronics. We will have to take the hood out of the way.
Get the hood out.
So just grab an end and then we'll just put it on the roof for now. Get out of the way.
Oh, the antennas.
What? Wow.
So you just kind of flip it upside down?
Well, no, I'll just go past. Oh, there's two antennas. Look. Just go over the antennas.
I can't lift that
Oh,
arm.
shit. Okay. How are we going to do this?
Just go around your side and put it in.
I'll just go. We got
This is so good.
yeah. Try that. It's actually not rusty spread.
No.
Of all the things. All right, it's like 8 o'clock. I can't remember what time I said when we started, but I took like a solid, like 6:45. Went in to eat some food and what am I doing? Anyways, went in to eat some food and now we're back on it. Got a lot of the, I don't know where the time lapse shut off, but got the front bumper off. Trying to get these tow hooks out. I'll try and put those on my 89 250, but the 1/2 inch, was it the 2767, whatever this guy is from work, would not take them off, and I've not had that gun struggle on any bolt before, so that tells you they're tight. Everything else is coming off okay. But it's just these 3 bolts here. They are at a weird angle. I got one of them out. But I want to put those on Brangus or just keep them because those are solid tow hooks. Tow truck driver's not going to be happy when I take those off, but got the front bumper off, hood's off. I got all the wiring on this side unplugged. ABS was a little tricky to get to because the connector's on the underside, but it's all good. Working on getting the rad out, coolers on the front. Should be enough room to get the engine out with the hoist. I'm gonna push the truck out so we have enough room to get the engine crane in here. Or we might hook up the engine crane and then push the engine back, or push the truck back. Haven't got to anything on the right side of the truck yet, so we'll be getting into that, but rad out, coolers out, all that. We could probably just cut those, the rad upside down. We gotta take the things off the bottom. Alright, what time is it? It's 20 after 11. We could continue this tomorrow. Yeah, maybe.
Well, I'll see what the weather will be like.
Is it cold outside right now?
No, it's about the same as it's been all day.
Okay. I think we should probably continue tomorrow. Because it's going to be like rainy-ish. Yeah, I'm getting tired and I don't want to stay up too late. Alright, so. It is... Oh man, I look like shit. I'll do it from farther away. It's Sunday at like 3. Gotta finish pulling this engine out and harness. Last night, I don't remember if I took a video, but we got pretty much to the point of pulling it out, but it was like 11:30. I had stuff to do this morning, so I didn't bother. I would have stayed till like 2 a.m. to take this thing out, but engine mounts are unbolted off of the block side. That was easier than trying to, I don't know, I'm not sure how they mount it on the other way. And then all the torque converter bolts are undone. I didn't realize there was an access hole on the driver's side, like in a mirror image of the starter almost, but deeper in. There's an access hole for the torque converter bolts. I just took them off from in between the oil pan. That kind of sucked because you can't get any power tools in there, but I didn't realize until after. So I got like 2 or 3 bolts left in the bell housing. Actually, I'm putting all the bolts I take out into the new bell housing. The ones on top are the engine mount bolts. There's the starter, and then it's those 3 on the side. It might be 2. I don't know if one of those is a dowel pin or something, but the plan, I guess, I think we'll just hook around the intake tubes here with a chain. They're pretty strong. I'm not expecting those to break. And then I'll just, once I lift up on the engine, we'll unbolt the bell housing, and then with the jack under the transmission so the transmission doesn't fall on the floor, and then pull it up and out. We'll have to push the truck back, but right now I gotta get in. I got the whole wiring harness undone, like from across here and over. I snipped a few things that were like that go under. There's 2 big battery cables that go under the, I don't know why I did that. I could just take the engine out first, but the starter cables are awful. Like, they're so corroded, and I gotta redo all that depending on how I orientate the harness. I'm gonna snip those. There's one that went under the HVAC box further down. I don't know if it's an oxygen sensor or something. I just snipped that. I labeled everything I could as I was taking it off, but so there's a few main connections there, that bundle of wires. I think those are all to the body. If you go back to the chassis, so you're talking like ABS, tail lights, brake lights, fuel pump, all that through there. And then through there, I don't see my light on or not. There's the main like bulkhead connection to the firewall, and then I think the ECM or the PCM or ECM, whatever they want to call it. I don't think it's this fuse box. I think it's inside. So I gotta tear into that, and I might as well do that before the truck is pushed out. But I'll see how bad that is. I'll stop the video here and then start recording. All right, we're back. My dad was looking through here and he found one of these. If you know what one of these is, you're gonna be understandably upset, but I'm glad whoever had this truck didn't install it. This is a spare tire locking key. It's like the locking key, but on the end, is it? Because one time, I had someone in the parking lot, they were like towing a trailer, it was at work, and they didn't have this, and they were trying to get the spare tire out. It is possible to do it, it's very hard, but what I ended up doing, there's like a little locking thing so people can't lower down your spare tire. I don't know why they didn't just put the lock on the bumper like every other truck does, but anyways, I had to hammer a really long extension with a 12-point socket on it and then yank that out and it pulled the locking bit off, and then you could put the regular spare tire tool in there. Anyways, that really sucked. So make sure you have that in your truck or know where it is. But the interior of this truck is actually pretty good. I don't know if someone cleaned it out or did what, but unfortunately the entire truck is completely rotted. So Dad and I took a little break after gutting the interior. That was painful, basically. Anyways, I was at like 6 o'clock. It's now 8. Just got some nice warm food and gonna take this unit out, man. I think we're all good to go. We're gonna push. We don't have enough real estate with all the. It looks like junk, but those are 2 jet boat dollies. But anyways, we don't have enough real estate to maneuver this engine crane back enough. So it's actually quite mild outside. It's only like 5 degrees only. So anyways, we're gonna pull the door up, push the truck out. Then I have the jack on the transmission because there's only a rear transmission mount. This is a 2-wheel drive. So with just having the rear transmission mount, if you pull the engine out, the transmission will just blop down. And also, you won't be able to pull it out because the transmission will be pinching it to get. Anyways, I think I got everything off the back. I need to. I might have to cut some little push clips and zip tie brackets off, but everything is off that I'm concerned about, except that one wire there. I forgot about that. Where's that go? Where did that go? Looks like a... Why can't I see in there? What would go on the side? Oh, that's the crank sensor. That's a little bit important, I think. Anyways, it's just zip tied on, so that will come out. Yeah. Just waiting on Dad to come out here so we can push the truck back and then get going. I think we got enough vertical room. We might have to tip the engine back a bit. I didn't use the chintzy little thing we used on the other engine. I'm not sure why. I probably should have told Dad to do that, but anyways, he's got this chain set up going, so hopefully a 3/8 bolt is strong enough. I don't know which is technically lighter. Like the 460, that's a big chunk of iron. Like that's iron heads, iron block, chunky ass crankshaft, externally balanced. Oh, it does have aluminum intake, but it has, I guess this has more valve train and cams. Aluminum heads, aluminum water pump, aluminum everything, except the block. So, I don't know. Well, I'm curious to weigh him. I don't think I really have a scale to weigh him, but I don't know. And then the cylinder heads stick out quite a bit more. Like she's wide, which is kind of annoying for a boat, but we will see. Oh, excuse me. I'm curious if any parts are like a standard size and fit. The black coat one. Just trying to not dip my arm in pool. Very fun.
haven't located the black impact.
Yeah.
The 21 long socket. I don't know what that is.
I think I
Might be under there. Oh.
Ah, got a minute. Okay, so let me get my head out of here, and then I should be able to wiggle that mount around and get it out. I just know we got enough
It's
room.
loose on the top already.
No, I know, but I gotta get that out of there, but I don't want to use my fingers.
Is this? Can you hammer the screws out? I think there. Okay, that works.
Can you get that from the
Yeah, I'm
outside?
gonna try. Okay.
I'll try and help you, but I can't hear.
Damn.
That's, I think we can just squeeze it out like that. Okay.
Oh,
It's not really in the way there, but I'll see if I get out of there.
there.
Okay, so there's probably only a 1/4 inch left where that filter was. I think we can just shift it around and get it out of there, but I don't know yet.
Yeah, it'll go higher.
Yeah, just a touch higher and we'll clear that side now, because there's a lot less in the way now. We might even be able to pull it over this way.
Oh God, they engineered that perfectly, didn't
Well,
they? No, like perfectly just to not work.
yeah.
Okay.
Free. I don't see any other wires. I'm just.
Okay, should I go higher?
Yeah, go higher, obviously. I don't see anything hanging up. We're good. Oh, there's one ground cable here.
Okay.
It's, how did I miss that one? Oh, I'll just have it here. It's just the stupid ribbon cables that corrode after a year. So, there you go. Is there anything else in?
Oh my God.
Whew. All good?
So why did you need the different housing
I'll show
for
you.
the transmission? It's different.
Because that transmission is one solid piece.
Oh, okay.
And you can't modify it.
Okay, got it.
And that one I can run a manual transmission clutch.
I understand it.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I just thought they were the same.
It's like this, no. So it's like this versus the other one is the whole body of the transmission
Okay,
is
yeah,
all
I
aluminum.
get it. I haven't looked under there.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, even some of the manuals are that like that. That was specifically from a Mustang, but
Oh,
okay.
look at it sitting nice and flat now.
it's perfect.
Perfectly balanced.
It's basically perfect. Okay, that wasn't horrifically painful, actually. Just other than
Could
that.
have went worse.
Yeah. So, all right, let's move the primer out of the way and then
Okay.
it's out. Hooray! I've got the boat back in the on the dollies. That right there is the T45 bell housing. I don't know how I'm gonna explain all this. So ignore the airbag, but in combination of using friggin' camp gas, this big ass hammer, which I like that hammer, a ratchet on the tensioner, and a C-clamp, the clutch fan is off.